Going to the gym is the hard part of fitness for most people. Assuming the nutrition is somewhat on point, which is a lot of the times a pretty big assumption to make, the hard part in the beginning is actually going to the gym, making time to go to the gym, and building up a routine where they feel they can stick to. But for the majority of people, once they have a good eating routine and a good training routine, they're pretty much set on cruise control. But this is where a lot of people will screw up. They're falling into shiny object syndrome. Basically what that means is after a couple months of seeing progress, getting their Numi gains, sticking to their routine, doing everything the way they're supposed to be doing, then they stop seeing progress, which is the absolute most frustrating thing in the world, and they have every right to be annoyed. They start looking for another solution, whether it be supplements, whether it be some random pill, changing up the workout routine, eating less. All these things end up derailing the whole fitness journey that you started. If this sounds like you or somebody you know, there's one major factor that I guarantee that you're overlooking that's honestly more important than training. It's your rest and your recovery. You're not resting enough. The average American doesn't get enough sleep, and even more so for the average gym rat. They don't sleep enough. Muscle is not built in the gym. Instead, muscle is broken down in the gym. The caveman explanation of building muscle is go lift heavy stone, put it up, put it down, put it up, put it down, break down muscle tissue, eat food, sleep, muscle gets stronger and bigger from recovering. That's literally how it works. When you're lifting weights, you're putting your muscle through something called mechanical tension, which causes micro tearings in those muscle fibers. Those micro tears are then repaired when your body is at rest using proteins and amino acids, which is just the building blocks of protein. And if you are repeatedly damaging your body without giving it enough time to rest and refuel and repair itself, you are going to either A, burn out, or B, stop seeing progress, or C, injure yourself. That has brought along a new trend that is actually backed by scientific research that a lot of bodybuilders and avid gym goers are actually approaching, and I myself included is in this group, where we are training with higher intensity in the gym with fewer sets and more rest time total. Let's break this down into an example. For the last few years, I've been doing a push-pull leg split 5 to 6 days a week, where I'd hit 2 upper body days, 1 lower body day, and then repeat the cycle and do that every week. So I was in the gym 5 or 6 days a week, every single week. And I love the gym and I enjoyed it. The kicker is I suck at getting enough sleep. So by training 5 to 6 days a week, I was often seeing a lot of strength plateaus, even on a bulk, because I wasn't giving my body the proper rest it needed, and I was spending just too much time in the gym in general. I wasn't training effectively. But for the past 6 months, I've been taking a new approach where I train fewer sets total in the gym. I'm in the gym less overall, and I'm taking more rest days. But don't get it twisted. I'm still working out, and when I'm there, I'm making the most of it. People often just call this high intensity training, a term coined by Mike Menser, a multiple time Mr. Olympia winner and one of the greatest bodybuilders to ever do it. His philosophy was even to the extreme. He would go in and sometimes only hit 1 set per muscle group and rest that muscle for 2 or 3 days at a time before hitting it again. But the philosophy behind it is sound. And I personally have seen a dramatic increase in both strength and size by training less overall, and when I am training, increasing the weight, increasing the intensity, and just doing less overall volume. So let me break down the number example. My split before that we saw earlier was 5 to 6 days a week, upper, lower, and I was probably hitting 8 sets per muscle group while I was there. Now I'm hitting 4 sets per muscle group, and I'm only hitting them realistically once per week. Let's use chest as a clearer example. Previously, I would do 8 sets of chest per workout and hit chest twice a week. So that would be 2 different exercises of chest for 8 total sets and then twice a week. So that would be 16 sets of chest per week. Now, I hit chest dedicated in the gym once per week, hit 3 to 4 sets at a higher weight, pushing it to intensity and going to absolute failure. And my chest has never been bigger. I am also doing quite a bit of push-ups at home on the days where I don't go to the gym just to get some movement in. But realistically, when it comes to hypertrophy, it's not going to do that much growth. You could bring up any other muscle group and it's going to be the same way. I'm training it less. I'm training it more efficiently with higher intensity, going to actual true unadulterated failure. I am drenched in sweat after a 45-minute lift with no cardio, and then allowing myself the good 2 or 3 days of rest in between. And we're also not going to talk about the fact that I just live further away from the gym now. I just moved into a new place and the gym is no longer right down the road for me. So I only go 3 or 4 times a week because it's further away, but it's worked out tremendously well. The point of this video is to make sure that you know that you need to be taking more rest time. Train harder in the gym, train less sets, make it worth it. Train more efficiently. Do the same damage to your muscles in 2 sets where you could do it in 6. The goal for you should be to do as much damage to your muscles in 2 sets than you were previously doing in 5, 6, or 7. And it is possible. Raise the weight, do absolute perfect form in full range of motion, and push to failure. Maybe throw in a few drop sets there as well. The reason this was on my mind is it was just Labor Day here in the States and just got me thinking about mental and physical rest, and you need both. If you work every single day of the week, 7 days a week, without a day off, you are going to burn out and be a shitty worker. The same can be said in the gym. The more rest you have, the more efficient your training will be, and the more results that you will see. So take more Labor Days for yourself. Make sure you're resting at least twice a week. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing more work for fewer results, which is the last thing we're here to do. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check the description for some more goodies. I got a whole bunch of free stuff in there for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Labor Day, and keep it simple, big fella.